So the Blue Project came about a few years ago. I was looking through my catalog of songs and I realized that I had all these songs that had all these meanings behind them of overcoming obstacles and learning how to deal with loss and just overall loving life. And I realized that the best place to perform these songs is in front of people who will get it, people who will be able to relate. And so I figured the best place would be a high school or a middle school. So I remember a few years back walking into a high school and I went up to the principal. I said, "Hey, would you mind if I put on a concert for your students?" And for some reason he agreed, and so I did. And after the show, I had all these students coming up to me saying, "Jared, I've never looked at life that way. Your songs meant this to me or that." And then I had faculty coming up saying that it was the best assembly they've ever had at the school, and I didn't even realize I was putting on an assembly.
I thought that that was hands down the best assembly I've ever been to in school. Because usually, you know, it's high school, I understand that, but the stuff we get coming is so corny.
Any way you want it to be, I will try my best to make it, but
Jared starts playing, he just has everyone's focused on Jared. Usually there's people talking, having their own little thing, just buying their time, but by the end of the assembly, like, Jared's got everyone out of their seats and we're all up there dancing, having a good time. Literally no one left until it was over. We're just up there jamming with Jared and I'm like, yeah, this is where it's at. If every assembly was like this, that would be great.
I said, everything is gonna be fine. All right, let's try this one out. Ready?
I knew that when I graduated high school, I knew that I wanted to be a musician. I just had it set, you know? So what did I do? I graduated high school, I booked my very first gig just down at Starbucks, right down the street. You know what I'm saying? I was pumped. I walk into Starbucks, I got my guitar, I put up my speakers, tuned up my guitar, I'm rocking out. Right in the middle of the song, you know, I got my eyes closed and I'm sweating and I can picture the fans. I'm totally getting into it. And then I opened up my eyes and there was no one there. The only person that was there was the chick behind the counter. And I was like, "Do you want me to keep playing?" She was like, "Yeah, I like it." I was like, "All right."
A lot of people were talking about all the funny, like just how funny he was and how, you know, he really did brighten everyone's day.
Being a school official, you see all different types of presentations that come in over the years. The one thing that really sets Jared apart, not only from the musical side of things, which is a little bit different, a little bit more creative, but his ability to connect with students. There were students that were waiting for Jared to get done so they could talk to Jared about how some of his songs affected them.
This girl from Pennsylvania shot me a message on MySpace, and she said, "Jared, I just want to thank you so much for writing that song, Stay on the Line." I was like, okay, you know, didn't know what was going on, but she said, "My fiance is serving in the military, and he's been sent to Iraq for a year, and it's like one of the hardest things I've had to go through, you know, just being like worlds apart from the person that you love." She was like, "That was like our song, you know?" And she's like, "Every day that I miss him so much, she's like, I just put that song on, and it makes me feel like he's right here with me."
One of the great things about playing in middle school is I get to relate to them from my life when I was in middle school. I started playing the guitar when I was in 6th grade, and I found my passion for what I wanted to do with my life. And I carried it through all through middle school and all through high school and even up to today. And so I really get the opportunity to encourage them where they're at with all the things that they're finding out in life that interest them or that grab their attention, and relate to them on that level and encourage them to keep going and to not give up, not to quit even when they get knocked down.
Between the clouds and the rain, it gets hard to find my way, but this line, it keeps me straight. On the road, down below, it is there to let me know that
one of the songs I sing in my program is a song called Beyond the Gray. It's a song that I wrote after driving home one night. I was driving through the fog and it was so bad that I couldn't even see what was in front of me. And the only thing that was keeping me on the road was that white line that runs along the highway. And so I started thinking about how sometimes we head through life and our future seems foggy and we can't tell what's on the other side and we don't exactly know where we're headed. But we all have a white line in our life that keeps us on the right track, whether it's friends, our family, or the people around us. And I think it's a great message for high schoolers especially to hear when they're graduating from high school and college seems so unpredictable and they have no idea what's on the other side, to be able to hold on to those things in their lives that are their lines, you know, whether it's their family or their friendships. And it's a great message for students to hold on to as they continue on in life.
This could be my savior, keeping me from danger. As I go my way, I shall not stray. And this is my reminder, someday I'll be fine there. I'll be on the gray, beyond the gray.
So when Jared came for the assembly, he started out with really lighthearted humor, and it was really great. The students were completely interested in him, and I was really kind of worried because we have a tough student body. It's a really diverse population, and I just really wasn't sure how they would take him. And everybody was singing along within the first few minutes of him getting on stage. After he really made the connection with the audience, and you could tell he had definitely, you know, got them into him, he brought on his message, which was the best part about the whole day.
A few years back, I was out for a walk, and it was kind of a really crappy day out, just really overcast, clouds all in the sky. And as I was walking that day, I looked up in the sky, I was looking at all these clouds, and all of a sudden I could see the clouds kind of moved apart just a tiny little bit, and there was this like clear patch of blue sky just shining through. And as I was looking at that little speck of blue sky, I was thinking to myself, you know what's awesome? Behind all these clouds right now is this amazing blue sky. You know, it's something we don't think about a lot, you know? Every single day there's a blue sky out there, but we get these clouds that kind of block our vision of that, you know? Just like that one day that I was peering up at that sky thinking, man, behind all these clouds is that awesome sky. That's the kind of focus we need to have in life. You know, that as we go through life, we get hit with all these clouds, we gotta keep that focus of our blue in our mind.
I'm, you know, heading to college next year, and it just really, like, watching him play made me think, you know, like, I'm gonna run into a lot of obstacles up at college, and I'm gonna run into some bad things, but life is good, and there's a lot of good things that are gonna come out of it. Also, I just gotta, you know, stay on the bright side, and, you know, watching him, and he's a really bright, you know, sunny kind of guy, and he, you know, it'd be nice if I could be more like him and go off to college with that kind of attitude.
Well, I took a lot away from Jared's show, because coming from a drug-infested area, to have dreams as I do of being an aspiring Hollywood actor, it's kind of like, wow, that's up there on the ladder. And seeing someone like Jared, who's a musician, and that's his dream, and he's out there pursuing his dream, and I actually get to see that and see what he goes through and his passion for that, kind of makes me think like, yeah, I do want to be an actor, and I can do this because I've met someone who's fulfilling their dream.
And we've knocked upon this door.
I feel like everyone has a blue sky. Everyone has their own picture of what their blue is. You know, where you want to be someday, what you want to be doing, who you want to be surrounded with, and who you want to be impacting. I know for me, my blue is the Blue Project. To be able to walk into a school and perform for a student body and see their reactions to the music is amazing. And I feel like everyone has a blue. So what's your blue?
Take my hand and fly to a place up high, and we'll never come back down. Oh no, no, we'll never come back down. Oh no.